A shooting at Mayfair Mall, 8 people in the hospital and a suspect on the run. As you can see, dozens of police cars packed the mall's parking lot as officers made sure other shoppers were safe. Thank you so much for joining us on a busy Friday night. We are grateful that you're there. I'm Jessa Brycebeck.
And I'm Natalie Shepard, and we have a lot to cover from today's shootings as a lot of questions are still left unanswered. We have team coverage on the shooting at Mayfair. We'll have more on the investigation and reaction from those who were at the mall this afternoon. But let's first go to Mark McPherson, who lays out exactly what happened today. Mark.
Yeah, Mayfair is relatively quiet right now, but there are still squad cars in the parking lot and they're blocking the entrances. No one is being allowed near that building. Earlier this afternoon, gunfire turned a quiet shopping mall into chaos.
Tonight, the Wauwatosa Police Department is investigating a shooting incident that occurred at Mayfair Mall.
Wauwatosa's busiest shopping mall is now its biggest crime scene.
Approximately 2:50 p.m., our dispatchers received some 911 calls reporting a shooting incident at the mall.
Police say a single gunman opened fire Friday, hitting multiple people.
7 injured adults and 1 injured teenager were transported to the hospital by Wauwatosa Fire Department.
Wauwatosa's mayor released a statement saying, in part, multiple injured victims have and are being transported from the north end of the Macy's department store. None of the victims' injuries appear to be life-threatening.
I've never seen anything like this close to my home.
Eric Oberhofer lives nearby. He was watching TV when, as he says, things went haywire.
About 15, 20 sirens from what looked to be Brookfield, Elm Grove, and Tosa flew past my house at speeds I've never seen before.
He rushed to the mall to find police and ambulances everywhere. Police didn't give many details about what happened inside or why the man opened fire. They did say that multiple agencies are helping clear the mall and figure out what happened.
Mayfair Mall remains closed and will be closed until further notice.
Now, we did confirm that those 8 victims were taken to Froedtert and Children's hospitals. Again, there is still a police presence here right now, and earlier today we saw FBI agents on scene as part of this investigation. Reporting live in Wauwatosa, Mark McPherson, CBS 58 News.
Mark, thank you very much. Well, Brookfield Properties, the owner of Mayfair Mall, has released a statement in response to tonight's shooting. They say they're disheartened and angered that their guests and tenants were subject to the violence today. They also stated they're thankful for Wauwatosa police and are investigating with authorities at this time. The mall will also be closed for the time being.
And police continue to search for the gunman at this hour. CBS 58's Mark Stevens is live with more on that investigation. Mark, what's the latest you're hearing?
Yeah, multiple police agencies, including the FBI, continue to do a tactical search of the mall. That's a huge undertaking. There's 164 stores in there, more than 1.2 million square feet. Police Chief Barry Weber says the shooter is a white man in his 20s or 30s.
When emergency personnel arrived, the shooter is no longer at the scene.
Police driving tactical units and heavy weaponry continue to search the mall for the shooter. The FBI at one point searching on the roof.
Preliminary statements from witnesses indicate that the shooter is a white male in his 20s or 30s.
The police chief says investigators are not yet sure who the shooter is. He says any social media reports are wrong.
Investigators are working on determining the identity of that suspect. Any information reporting the shooter's identity at this time is false.
Once the suspect has been found, investigators can also work on the motive behind the shooting. That is information that they would have been able to gather from witnesses earlier this afternoon. Live in Wauwatosa, Mark Stevens, CBS 58 News.